So I'll bring up that semi-final then eventually. I was there at that semi-final too. India, this high-flying team, top three have done so well. Went into the second day. Was that was that an advantage for you going into the second day?
Look, I don't know if it was an advantage, but it probably would have been a disadvantage had we tried to finish the game in the rain. I think that had much more of an opportunity to perhaps change the conditions. So, I do think the decision was right to try and make sure that the conditions remained fairly similar. However, I do think winning the toss was quite fortunate on that surface, because as we saw throughout the whole tournament, the wickets weren't quite what we all expected, which was 350, played 350, and they offered a lot more evenly to bowlers and batters, and 250 to 240 were proving to be competitive scores on the right surfaces. So we saw how much it spun in the first innings, and so we knew that if we were able to get a competitive total and take early wickets, then we'd be in with a shot, because the wicket wasn't all that easy.
Did the captain and you think, I'm sleeping better than they are? They're sleeping tonight thinking, what if we lose a couple of early wickets? And there's a pattern almost. India's so reliant on their top three. Was that part of the plan, saying, look, we get into this top three, we got a game here? Because India's number 4 and 5 are a mystery to everybody, including us.
Oh, look, certainly I know the capabilities of the Indian side, having played them for a number of years and also seen a lot of them in IPL, and the talent that's there. You don't just hang your hat on a couple of players, but I think every time you go into an innings with the ball, to take early wickets is clearly an advantage. But you're not sort of sitting easy at any stage in a World Cup, and against a team like India, who are ranked the best team in the world. It's never over till it's over, as we saw even when we were perhaps a long way ahead of the game, and Jadeja and Dhoni they're always a threat every time that they're in the crease, so no matter what. So it was an incredible game. But even in the first innings, and this was purely on the pitch, when Ross and I were batting, and it was really difficult, we knew that if we could get 230, 240, then we'd be in the game, and it showed throughout the whole tournament, even against the quality side of India, just because the surface was quite tricky, and it offered a bit off the seam, and it certainly offered a bit of spin. So it allowed us to be in the game. It was probably a par score, I felt, or maybe even slightly more competitive. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of runs, but on the right surface, it was effective enough.